This is day 675 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being sponsored by Nishmas, Chana Feigl, Bas Lai B'Shmeir, and Yenta. As your site is this week, Neshama Shem and Aliyah. As you may be able to tell, I'm again out of my regular venue. Try to catch up anywhere I can. I'm recording this during a break in the afternoon at my job at YBH in Passaic. Today's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is Siman Tough Test, hey, to Tough Test Yud Beis. Tough Test, hey, to Tough Test Yud Beis. Arba Amos, since a person who has Arba Amos, that's Chacham said, the Minyak Erev Tchum Shel B'Sofa Tchum, if something's left there is Erev Tchum outside, at the end of the edge of the Tchum, is Gal Chutz Arba Amos, and it rolled more than 4 Amos out of the Tchum, ain't no Erev. It's not considered to be a valid Erev. Babi Shechel Achnis Men Hashmoshes Toch Arba Amos, even though within Ben Hashmoshes you could roll back in 4 Amos, Yital Ba Machas Pachas Arba Amos, and then he can carry it another time less than 4 Amos, which happens if you come in a moil, never is not effective. Shemayel Konesh Shvisa Makam Sherev Sham, since if he was acquired the Shvisa where the Erev is, he will be standing now outside the Tchum. That it should not be Erev unless the Erev is inside the Tchum Mamash. The Erev Sharash Latif Kochosh Erev Mikoch Atzmo. You can't make the Erev better than he himself. In other words, if he himself would be outside at that place outside the air, outside at the time acquire Shvisa, it would not Erev Tchumen. So they can't make his can't make the Erev better than he himself. If it roll back within 4 Amos, it is Erev. Even though we know, so he went outside the Tchum Shabbos, even 1 Amos should come back, which then raised him to himself. Hey, I went previously. There's the Dimyon. It's not comparable. The Sham Yeshu Shvisa is by Beso. There he has Shvisa in his house. Zel Karba Amos Shal Shvisa. And that's like 4 Amos of Shvisa. We can't ain't no Arba Amos Rev. So give him another 4 Amos. Shvim Makom Erev is supposed to place the Erev. Yesh Lo Makom Shvisa Arba Amos. He has a Makom Shvisa, which is 4 Amos. He can't Adayin Chutz L'Tchum, and that stretches back into the Tchum, and therefore he's no technically outside the Tchum. Also, we didn't put the Erev out the end, edge of the Tchum, but inside the Tchum is Galgam Rachok. It got rolled out towards beyond the Chum. It's still within the Chum. Even though might be Shvisa in these 4 Amos, and it rolled to a different Ramos. If they don't Arba Amos, I'll give him a different 4 Amos. So mitam that's okay. Well, that's because we have a clear cut assumption, and on that side, literally, we are the test of the witnesses. That was his kavanah. It rolls away. The Hasham Mako Shisa, the place of roll should be the place of Shisa. Came and Shakam Sham Tolatum. Since there's also inside the Tchum, it's good enough. Hashem Mechutz the Tchum as opposed to if it's outside the Tchum, Lo Mari Daito, then in fact the Ezas is really good because it's in the wrong place, the wrong Tchum place. Bialach says he put it inside the Tchum and it rolled outside the Tchum. The Achronim hold that also it works as long as it's within 4 Amos of the Tchum. Rambam seems no, specifically he put it at the outer rim of the Tchum, but he put it inside the Tchum and then it rolled outside the Tchum. Even when that 1 Amma, you lost his Erev, of course it's the Rabbanon, what can we make of? Vav, about Erev on this wrath. If your Erev got lost or it got burnt up, or him hoya b'sofa Tchum, or it's at the out edge of the Tchum, it's Kal Chutz Amos, and rolled outside 4 Amos. Or Shoysa Chuma and his name, so it was Chuma and became Tomei. Call Elohim Bod Yom. Of course, about this happened before Shabbos began. Ain't no Erev, there's no need to be Kodesh Shvisa, there's no Erev Tchumen. Which would happen after dark. However, his Erev was Kodesh Shvisa, and Neshekin's Erev will be in Hashmoshes because the acquisition of the Erev takes place at twilight. In Suffolk, if it's not clear when this happened, kosher. The Suffolk Erev was second to Rabbanon, because the Suffolk Rabbanon is the Suffolk Loka, and the Suffolk Rabbanon goes to the Kula. Specifically, first where the Erev had a Cheskes Kashos. Gonzeh Shenichel Sham. In other words, you put it down there properly. If you're about Suffolk, and afterwards there's a suffix. Never had a Cheskes Kashos. But Suffolk I'm not sure if it was left there or not properly. Lo mina savi erev l'kosher. Don't say savi erev l'kosher. In that case, shulchan gamli yesh chazaka l'chuma. And he says chazaka l'chuma in the other direction. Hamed adam chazkas l'chum beiso shlo hirev. Put him into give him the chazaka of the chum in his house, and then you didn't make an erev. Uksheyesh lo erev chazkas kasher. Nami chazkas and nega chazkas l'chum beiso. But when there is chazkas, then we put that chazaka. Opposite the chazaka mekar of the tchum being in his house. It's like Rabbanan. The Rabbanan is the cool in that case. And Rev is suffix treifa, and Rev you made an erev with something which is suffix treif. It's not erev to be in the surah mode yoim. It's got to be a meal which could be eaten before Shabbos again. If you vana and uriyam, they suffix treifus in the meals, even though it's a suffix, you can't eat it because it's suffix treifus. Zayin kolin l'shamano and erev. All this case where he says no erev yeshem shvisas based on. They revert to the shvisa of their house. Well, man, we don't say that he uprooted his intent from the shvisa of his house. The diamond like this, he's barred Misha, but there is like similar to the case of somebody who's coming along the road. For them, go there. He saw a tree or a fence. V'amar says shvisa, he talks about my shvisa should be underneath it. They couldn't reach it by the time that he would have to be called an eruv. They only has 4 amos. He told me that shvisa mikan akar. Because you uproot the shvitz from here, l'sham eno eruv, and there was no eruv. Moshe's barbecue you doubt. V'achinami ikenu mishisas beiso akar. You should say the same thing here. Well, this is a havmina. You should say the same thing here. The mishisas beiso akar. You uproot yourself in the place of your shvitz in your house. The makom eruv eno eruv in the place of sign eruv lo yizuz mi arba moisaf. You should be able to leave the 4 amos. Ain't okay. It's not true. And the awesome about there, he's on the road, and therefore he is fluid. Avokanu shubeso, and here he's really in his home. He made an eruv somewhere else. He still has the kvias of his house. Yeshlo shvisa beso. He has the shvisa of his house. Mistama beso nichol likne shlo eruv against it on that side. It's because if your eruv doesn't work, you want your eruv to be as it was when you were at home. Chesed, how does it take effect? In When you want to go to the end of the tchum, within the tchum, and spend the twilight hours there. That's the primary mitzvah. I feel lo amar shvisas in komi. He didn't say my shvisas in my place. He just silent there. He stood silently. It's good enough. So since he had a mind to be shabbos, he acquired shvisa there. I raised Erev, it's about Erev. Avim lo yisagam raso shvisa, but he didn't mind to acquire shvisa in Erev. So on Erev, and came on my shvisa, unless he said, I want my shvisa here in this place. Erev Reish is there. Of course, it's a little bit, doesn't follow quite. I mean, he didn't have kind of the shvisa. Why did he say shvisa? I don't know. Anyway, Erev Reish says, no, the events ben mishi to me basically no shom shvisa. And somebody who left his house to acquire their shvisa, and he went to spend the night at the tchum. And somebody who's coming on the road, and it got dark, he acquires 2,000 amos without saying anything. Then he's coming on the road, you're not even kavana. They may look at shvisa mokum shoya ben hashmash. You automatically acquire shvisa the place you are when the twilight ensues. I feel Yochin is shvisa, even though I'm asleep, as he has shvisa. Of course, Koshkin certainly is awake. Well, it seems he avgav so only called ben hashmash is lo mara mokum echad. What about if he's walking the entire ben hashmash? He never stood in one place. So where's his king of shvisa? These brothers in shin side excited. Don't be denied lo shvisa. We learned that anything which is moving does not require shvisa. Emotional, like rivers which are flowing. Person requires shvisa in this place. Because he could stand or sit. We never find that someone's walking just because he's walking doesn't acquire shvisa. In fact, we say since he was stood still, he'd be kind of. We say since he would have stood still, he could be kind of. Mahalech nami kind of, but his walking is also kind of. Well, Yashin Sham Shama, just like a person sleeping, where he said something similar previously. This is the primary type of eruv. Find eruv when you make the eruv by walking and spending ben hashmashos there. With people who do not want to spend the make the effort and spend darkness, the twilight darkness at that location. Young people come before Shabbos begins, or Yishvach Shleach send an agent via Nail Shah, Master Shtei and leave the food of 2 meals. Each person in the field zone according to that which is nutrition of a meal for him. Also with this leniently, the stam b'nei adam tzrichim shtei sudas b'nei Hashem kushishim beitzos pass. Normal people have 2 sudas, average sudas, which are shishim, like 6 beitzim, 6 egg words from me pass on bread. Feel chol ein circle kach shtei sudas I have a bach I feel rav ton. Dio bebeno. So he said even if he's a glutton, he's enough for him to go like an average person. If he's sick, he doesn't require that much of 2 sudas. He can do even less. Flav davka mipas. Doesn't have to necessarily be bread. Do it in chol davar shemishtafim bo shivavos. You can use anything which you would use to shitu for imavos. Now, if you don't dish b'shloim me kikos shemarvin lobo. Even if we took a shvur that you should not have any enough from the bread which they use to make an erev. Same marvin. Still, you can make an erev from that with that bread. Same marvin el davar mitzvah. You only make an erev for the purpose of mitzvah. Mitzvah of lenos. The mitzvah is only not given for the purpose of benefit. So I can say we benefit. We will lift on, and if it's something which accompanies bread, believe lev shochem which is enough that you have that accompaniment which would eat for which is sufficient to 2 meals. Like if you have mustard, 2 tablespoons of mustard would be enough to make erev chumin. Mishnah brings down that the average food of a person is 8 beitzim, and here it's going like the more lenient shita. The Mishnah says it's preferable to l'chatchila go like the Yeshomim. Bialach means that some Achronim say that even a sick or ill person or old person this year has 2 average meals, which are 6 eggs like everybody else. And even according to Shulchan Aruch, it has to be that food should be suitable to eat for the sick person. Not suitable to eat for him, then it has to be 2 meals which are suitable for another person, because then it's air because it's suitable for the other person. Okay, back to the Arukh HaShulchan. Yud. Uve'erev kazeh, tzarich amir dafka. By erev, you don't have to make a statement. But here you need a statement. Because you're not going to be there when Shvis is acquired. Yom Hashosh Minach Zerev, you put down the erev, b'zeh erev, this yeh mutar, li, lelech, l'moch, rabayim, am, mekom, ha'erevi. This erev should be mutar for me to make the walk 2,000 amas beyond the place of erev. Mokom ha'erevi zeh. Which is where it says he didn't say the entire nusach. He just said zel yel eruv. This should be there. That's enough. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. V'yasa bracha. You make the bracha. Moshe's bar stuff. Simon tough to design. You can make the bracha. The chayzel on base and go back to sleep in your house. And boidim lo tchum on malkum eruva. And then we measure the tchum from the place he made it. There. Shanei kilu dar sham. We look at it as if he lives there. So on the side the ilu hayalo sham malkum adur. It's good. I said we have a place there to live. Hayad darsham. We live there. According to this, according to the Talmidim, wait in the houses of Balabatim, who live in their houses in the fields. And then they go after they eat their meal. They go back and sleep in their dormitory in the house of the Rebbe. I forgot the Erev in Mokum Petit. In terms of Erev, the place of the bread is primary. Talmidim, modim atchum b'beis Rabba shum Mokum linosav. Talmidim, we measure their tchum, not from the place to eat, but from the place where they sleep, because that is their ikar place. And the reason it says so is because it's clear to us. We testify that what the food was brought to them was sham to the dorm. They would have preferred that. Because in that dormitory, in that Rebbe's house, that's their primary dira. Now, if you mean to say you send the air by an agent. But this air, yeah, plenty so such me to milk goes tomorrow. 2,000 hours from the place of the air. You can make the bracha. The Babai says, with this bread that the shluch, my shliach puts down from the air, I should be permitted to go 2,000 hours in each direction. That also suffices. That's Mishnah Bura. Back to the Shulchan comes up presses emissaries like himself. Actually, yeah, as long as the agent is not a deaf mute, a person who lacks das, or a child. And not suitable for shlichus. The gamlo only because they also have the authority to acquire shvisa. which can be collected by a child, much time see machines above. That's what they don't have to say anything, you don't have to formulate anything. The kavana, you don't need any intent. We have to formulate an intent. The Chain say you should have Mishan motivated, so you should make a somebody who doesn't concede the whole idea of Eruv. When you're there, certainly not true. We must use any of these people as a Shaliach, and Eruv, it's not about Eruv. Even saying this is the seed they put on Eruv properly, still ain't no clue, it's nothing. You believe the Zelk shows us some Shluchim money acher, that's why you make them Shluchim put on Eruv. But he set up that they should just bring the bread or whatever it is to a third party, and then the third party will set up the Eruv. The Isha said, "Don't have my shluchim to send, give that person the Eruv." We don't care who the shliach is. In case you can also send by a trained animal, like an elephant or a monkey. However, they don't have any credibility in this. So you have to stand distance and make sure that they give it over to the person to affect the Eruv Tchumen. Arukh HaShulchan says that some poskim say even has to make sure that happens, not just stand at a distance. Okay, if I got the milsa the Rabbanah Yeshlan must invite the Rabbanahs, these lesser agents have them on us. Come be able to come in nevertheless, but come sheish them smachlim. The Torah says they have a basis in the Torah. Lost and must did not give them credibility. The older tircha milsa also it's pain. The chashin shleichem shchazim afraid they're not going to fulfill their mission. If somebody promised it on there, now when he's believed, ain't so close him came. I'm to see him build it. We have a chazaka that the rabbanans, a shliach also shlichuso. The Shmuel says specifically if he promised outright, but if he was silent, that's not good enough because he's not didn't promise anything. If I have the rice, yes, so we should aim to smoke chazaka. By the rice says we'll hold the Rishon line this story the chazaka. Shliach shlichuso become called rabbanan. Never by the rabbanan. Five so many chazaka still on this chazaka. With davar she'echad yochel kosher gam be the rice from the chazaka zu. Especially if somebody else might commit the raisa, we say this chazaka suffices. Same sign as we explained elsewhere. Many people who join together partnership they can send all by one person who makes the everybody. When we know that he definitely did shlichus, the Mishabura says, but it's a suffix maybe he deviated when doing shlichus. We certainly say that he was not Mishana.